Hello YouTube, Monsling here. Sorry about the little icons on the screen. That's just the emulator. But this anyway. welcome to welcome to my Nuzlocke first run through of Pokemon Soulsilver version, and I cannot talk today. Anyway, this will be my first official recorded Nuzlocke. The reason why I chose Soulsilver to start off my Nuzlocke experience is, well, for one, the second generation was my favorite of the Pokemon. And I felt sort of with Pokemon Sun and Moon, it was about high time I tried one while I waited for it to come out. This is on an emulator, like I said. Unfortunately, it is sometimes a little bit buggy, so if there's some pixel problems, I might have to end the episode prematurely or try to fix them. It won't be too big of a problem, hopefully, but just for fair warning. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what a Pokemon Nuzlocke is, it's basically just a normal run-through of Pokemon. The intro's gonna play again. Apparently, I never let it run this long. But a Nuzlocke is just a normal Pokemon run with just a few rules to make it a little bit more interesting for us veterans. Since I've been around since Generation 1. Yes, I am that old. The first rule is you must nickname every Pokemon you catch. This is to help form a more emotional connection to their Pokemon because of rule number 2. If a Pokemon faints, it is dead, it is gone. You either have to release it, or probably what I'm going to be doing, put it in a death box. And you cannot use that Pokemon ever again. The third rule, which I like to implement, is called the Dupes Clause. Because you can only capture the first Pokemon that you find in an area. With the Dupes Clause, though, if it's a Pokemon you've already captured, or an evolution of a Pokemon you've already captured, you can search for another one. I like to do it up to about 5 times, because if you don't get anything different by then, it's usually not going to happen. So with all that out of the way, let's dive into my Nuzlocke Let's Play of Pokemon Soulsilver. Yeah, Lugia. Alright. No info needed. We all know how to play Pokemon. Hello, Professor Oak. Welcome to the world of Pokemon! I'm going to tell you the same thing every professor pretty much says in every game ever. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. I'm going to be the boy for this playthrough. Yes. And our name is Monsling. Or Monsling. Because apparently my name can't fit there. So we're going to be Monsling for this one. Your name is Monsling. Yes. And our journey begins. Yada yada yada. Being adventures, see me later, and the shrink. Okay. We do have a letter here from Lyra. It's really nothing important. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything else until we go downstairs. Yep, see? And there's the pixel problems I was telling you about. I don't exactly know what it is with this emulator. It just happens. I don't know if it's because of where I got it, or because it's a DS game. Because none of my other ones have this problem, but none of the other ones are DS. The good news is if we just head back. Yep, there we go. Okay. So we're just going to put the text speed to fast. And we're just going to save real quick. Unfortunately, it has the 4th generation problem of taking forever to save. Thankfully, they fixed that up in Generation 5. I just don't know what it is about the 4th gen that took it so long. But, yep. Okay, let's get this thing going, and another cutscene. Hello, Meryl. Hello, added in, second rival who barely does anything throughout the game. I don't know what that is after, I believe, 3rd gen? They started adding in more rivals. Check out this guy. Apparently he doesn't like us that much. Now, to really get it started. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's gonna give us a Pokemon. Just so you know, I don't think there's gonna be voice acting. I might later in the series. Not entirely sure. I'm just not that good of a voice actor, guys. If you feel like you want it, just tell me, and we'll add it in. But anyway, time to pick our first Pokemon. We have the choices between Chikorita, Totodile, or Cyndaquil. Now, in this generation, Cyndaquil is my favorite, and one of the only fire types I actually get as a starter, actually. Usually, it's surprisingly water. But, yeah, we're going to choose Cyndaquil. Dun, 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 da, 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 I got Cyndaquil! And per Nuzlocke rules, we got to name him. Alright. I usually like to call him Tyson, because, I don't know, he just always seems like a Tyson to me. So yeah, there we go, Tyson. Is Tyson the nickname you want to give? Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, and in this game you can actually walk with any of your Pokemon. Usually it's the first one in the party, but it's always kind of a nice feature that I'm a little sad they got rid of. Oh, and also another thing is the Nuzlocke doesn't officially start until I get Pokeballs, which I believe I have to go through the entire opening to get since you can't buy them at the mart. But if we can, we will, and we'll start it then. But I believe we have to get the egg back to Elm, spoilers, before we can start it. No, I believe we gotta talk to our mom before we go off, which is kind of annoying, or else that chick stops you on the way. So yeah, don't give me Pokemon, got a task. And we get the Pokegear, which is the reason why we had to go talk to our mother. Yes, I'm trying to make a phone call. And we now have the Apple Watch. We are the cool kid on the block with our Apple Watch. Yeah, I think this chick stops you if you don't get the Pokegear beforehand. Oh, and there's Elm. What's he gonna give us? Oh, that's right, he gives us his phone number. There's nothing strange about a grown man giving a child his phone number. Nah, nothing strange about that. At all. He just wants to make sure we're okay, we're on the right track. Yeah, and all the black specks on the screen, I think that's part of the emulation too. So, like I said, kind of annoying. And all we have are 5 potions, so like I said, the Nuzlocke doesn't officially start until we have Pokeballs. So right now, all the Pokemon encounters we have, or going to have, they don't count yet. So if I run into, say, a Pidgey on my way to Mr. Pokemon, it won't count when we come back here to actually start the adventure. Just walking with the Cinequil. How you doing, Tyson? Wants to lead. Well, sorry, buddy, but I'm always in front. Okay, this guy's gonna take us through the whole basics. If you don't basically know these by now, and you either haven't played Pokemon or haven't played Pokemon long, so I apologize for these boring bits, but they're a part of the game. If it was up to me, I would skip these cutscenes, to be honest. You know, just let me play the game. But this has been a staple since the first one, when you had to, you know, go get Oak's parcel, and yeah. Maybe after this one I'll play either Pokemon Blue or Red. We'll have to get through this one, though, and it's actually one of the longer games in the Pokemon franchise, because you do get to go to Kanto after this. Again, spoilers. Okay, now we got the shoes, so we can go fast. I think we have to... How do we do the shoes thing again? I think I gotta use my mouse real quick. There we go. Again, sorry about that, but sometimes in the game it kind of requires me to do that, but we'll just leave the shoes on. And then the old man comes back real quick, and... map card. Okay. Okay, now there is just one thing I want to double check before we keep going on. I don't think they were able to sell Pokeballs at this point. Yeah, no, it was just potions, antidotes, and paralyzed heals. And I would just like to reiterate, yes, the Nuzlocke does not start till I get Pokeballs, but I don't think that's until we get back to Elm Labs. So this encounter with a Pidgey does not count. And actually, I'm a little surprised. Music's just a little too loud. I'm actually surprised it's not a Weedle. And again, sorry for the mouse thing, but sometimes it requires me to do that. Ooh, critical hit. Okay. Good thing we got some of those potions. Yay! Yeah, we'll heal them up to be safe, because like I said, they faint, they're dead. We don't want to lose our starter. If we, you know, had to keep one Pokemon, come on. If we had to keep one Pokemon, it should pretty much be the starter. Cocoons are a bitch. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna run from this one. I don't want to subject you guys to a hardened tackle fight. Because that'll be way too much. Yeah, we gotta go in this house because he stops you anyway if you don't come in. Blah blah blah, apricorns. No, I know a lot of people, they don't really care for the apricorns. They're alright, you can get different Pokeballs with them, but really they're generally not needed. But you can get some decent ones with them, like Quick Balls and stuff. But generally, all the Pokeballs you need are generally ready in the store once you reach certain levels or badges or however that works. Okay. And don't worry, I'm not going to subject you guys to the grindings. I'll probably just grind, not off camera, but I won't be saying anything so I can speed up the footage. So you guys can see, you know, I didn't cheat, and, you know, Because it's gonna be a while. Alright, and we got to level 6. Learn smokescreen, useless move. And another potion used on Tyson. But that's why we level up, folks. My god. Too many encounters this early on in the game. What do we got? We got an antidote. Good. Check out these guys fighting. Yeah, big battle between a Rattata and a Pidgey. Oh, come on! Just encounters galore. Just wait till we're actually able to catch some of these Pokemon. Yeah, we'll run for now. We might train on the way to fight our rival. But level 6 should be strong enough to beat him, really. But right now, I just don't want to waste potions. Because we're also going to need money for a lot of Pokeballs. Because, I mean, you don't have to catch the first Pokemon in each region. I mean, you don't have to catch Pokemon. But I like to, if only to fill out the Pokedex and... Oh my god. Pidgeys! Pidgeys and Weedles everywhere. But I just like to do it just to, you know, fill out the Pokedex, maybe get something new. And, you know, sometimes you get unlucky on a Nuzlocke, like someone uses Explosion, or... I don't think Pokemon can die from poison in this game, but, you know, sometimes you don't make it to the Pokemon Center in time, that kind of thing. So you always need a bit of a backlog of Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. Especially if they're like a specific type, like water, grass, or fire, you know, ones that aren't that common. Talking about the Pokemon, he's gonna heal me up. Then Oak's epic music doth come in. So you're Monsling. I was just visiting my friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. And that's just a little sample of the voice acting you guys can have if you request it. Again, I don't think it's going to be something I do, because I'm not really that big on the voice acting in terms of doing it. But, I mean, if you guys want to, that'd be fine. I don't mind. It's just also so we can kind of get through these, at least the opening cutscenes a little bit quicker. If only because, yeah, this is kind of boring, and everyone sees these, and, yeah. Maybe later in the game, when it's more interesting, we'll do some voice acting. But right now, just really kind of want to get this Nuzlocke really started. Pidgeys! Oh my god! Leave me alone! Too many Pidgeys! Too many Pidgeys! So yeah. And like I said, once we start grinding, we'll do it on camera, but we'll speed up the footage, so, you know. You guys don't have to be subjected to hours and hours of grinding. You guys don't want to see that. I mean, you're going to, so you can, you know, so you can see I don't cheat. But unless there's, like, a death or maybe an evolution, we're really just going to speed through most of the random wild encounter grinding type bits. Potion. Like the third one he's taken up. dun, dun, dun. Alright. I think the good news is after now, we can pretty much get back to Professor Elm without having to fight any more random encounters, but for now... Uh-oh, what's this? Random trainer appears. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I do have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Hello, Jinja. Challenged by Pastor Boy. Okay, so this is our first trainer battle. And unlike some of the other generations, it doesn't actually walk you through how to battle, which I find a little bit interesting, but you know what? It's kind of refreshing. Because no one likes having to sit through these tutorials to games that they already know. It's got 2 scratches in, even though with my critical hits. Doing okay for some so weak. Yeah, we're just gonna heal up again real quick. Because usually I'm a higher level for this guy, but like I said, I didn't want to bore you guys with some grinding. And I do kind of want to get to the Nuzlocke as fast as possible, so we're just a tad under level for this for a Nuzlocke, but it's not too bad if I don't stop missing. The fence keeps falling. Come on, just one more tackle out to do it, buddy. There we go. Tyson won his first big battle. Good for you, buddy. Level 7. Oh, oh, oh! I thought we were going to get another one in. Yes, I am happy I won. Do you know who I am? I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Yeah, whatever. Oh, what's up? Give it back! That's my trainer card! Oh no, you saw my name. And he's gone. Just like that. Okay. I'm not sure if I consider that guy or Blue to be the best rival in the game, but I did kind of like it when the rival, for lack of a better term, was a bit of a dick, you know, like, and you didn't like him. It just made it that much more satisfying when you beat him, because, like, when it's a friend, you just, I don't know, you're just kind of like, yeah, you might have won if you actually got good. And Lyra comes to our aid. Again, she wasn't in the original. I'm not exactly sure why they put her in here. Because from what I've seen of Soulsilver, she doesn't really do much. Okay, now to name our rival. I don't know. I usually name him Aaron, but since it's for you guys, I'll name him something different, maybe a little bit more funny. How about Stunad? For those of you who don't know, Stunad is an Italian term for stupid. So, nah, I don't know. Maybe Arse? Yeah, we'll call him Arse. Pretty much like calling him ass. So Arse was his name. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I did it in all caps. There we go. So, Arse. You know, just name him something different than, you know, cunt, or buttface, or dickwad, or fucker, or, you know, all the normal ones. So Arse was his name. Yeah, sure, why not? Red-haired individual. Just round up all the fucking gingers. Monsling, I'm glad they understood you were innocent. See you later. Again, more sample of the voice acting. Let's see. Mystery egg. Which I guess I don't have to tell you guys turns out to be Togepi, so... Spoiler, it's a Togepi. And we end up getting it after the first gym badge. Yes, I'm gonna take the gym challenge. Blah, 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 blah. Yay! We get to talk to our mom one more time. It's mostly just to save money. Sometimes I like to do it because you're not exactly sure what she gets, and sometimes it's good money. It's good stuff. But I don't know. For Nuzlocke, we're gonna need all the cash we can get, so I'm gonna say no. Maybe when we beat the Elite Four, we can have her save money or something. Okay, so I think the last thing we need to do before this Nuzlocke really starts is I think Lyra here is going to show us how to catch Pokemon. So we'll just have to sit through that, and then I think that'll be the end of the first episode, and then we can get this Nuzlocke officially started. Yep, she's going to put us in grass. To Rattata. So what you can find in the first area pretty much constitutes of Rattata, Pidgeys, and Sentrants. Personally, I don't really have a preference. As long as there's not Rattatatas, because you can find those really commonly in Bellsprout Tower, which is like the first real town we get to. So really getting a Rattata here is kind of a waste of a Pokeball and a slot. If only because Pidgeys and Sentrants, I don't think you could really get again until about the 7th town or so. And they're the evolved versions. Okay, so we obtained the Pokeballs. And our Nuzlocke's going to officially begin. We're just going to get out of the grass for now. Just kind of reset it. Gonna save real quick. Alright. So that's the end of the first episode. Me and Tyson will see you later on. And hopefully, when we get back, we'll be catching and naming some rather good Pokemon. So, until next time, bye-bye!